Today, we celebrate Rosa Parks, the mother of the modern civil rights movement. When we lost this brave hero in 2005, Ohio Congresswoman Joyce Beatty began the journey to champion the first ever Rosa Parks Day. It is recognized annually on December 1st, the date of Ms. Parks' arrest.
Rosa Parks epitomized the incredible power of one to change the course of history. In a defining moment that left an indelible mark, she fearlessly held her ground on a Montgomery bus that sparked a wave of change. Her bold decision became a catalyst for a national movement towards justice in the United States. The Montgomery Bus Boycott unfolded in response to Rosa Parks' arrest, making it one of the earliest civil rights protests to capture the nation's attention. Media outlets, including television, radio, and newspapers, propelled these local issues to the forefront of national concern. The coverage not only amplified the voices of Ms. Parks and other civil rights leaders, but also influenced public opinion, contributing significant legislative and societal shifts in our country. Rosa Parks' activism went beyond the bus arrest by shaping her own world and leaving an enduring impact on ours.
Today, the U.S. Department of Transportation is proud to join so many others in honoring the rich legacy of Rosa Parks. Her courageous actions in Montgomery, Alabama, not only led to the integration of public transportation, but also established a formidable precedent that reverberated throughout the civil rights movement. In her autobiography, Ms. Parks noted that she didn't give up her seat because she was physically tired. She was simply tired of giving in to injustice. Her resilience reminds us of how relentless we each must be in resisting discrimination, injustice, and inequality in our daily lives. Whether through the provision of services, employment, or other opportunities to improve our collective welfare, the decisions we make today profoundly impact the trajectory of justice and overall societal progress. As we navigate the complexities of contemporary life, Rosa Parks' legacy continues to encourage us all to lead change with our individual choices and contributions.
Rosa Parks was a beacon of courage in the fight against racial injustice and exemplified the power of community engagement throughout her life. At 19, she married Raymond Parks, a local barber who was dedicated to ending racial injustice. Together, they collaborated with various social justice organizations, with Rosa eventually becoming the secretary of the Montgomery chapter of the NAACP. By the time she boarded the infamous bus in 1955, Rosa was already a seasoned organizer and a leader in Alabama's civil rights movement. Her refusal to move was not just an act of individual resistance, it also served as a catalyst for the Montgomery Bus Boycott. This meticulously planned effort single-handedly challenged segregation in our country at the time. Rosa Parks' commitment to civil engagement extended beyond Alabama to Detroit, Michigan, where she remained active in civil rights and other community work. After her husband's passing, Ms. Parks established the Rosa and Raymond Parks Institute for Self-Development to empower youth and educate them about civil rights. Her life inspires us to be fearless advocates for the well-being and education of our communities.
Over 60 years have passed since Rosa Parks courageously refused to give up her seat to a white passenger on a Montgomery bus. This bold act of civil disobedience ignited a movement that tirelessly advanced the causes of justice, inclusion, and equality for all Americans. Beyond catalyzing the bus boycott in Montgomery, Ms. Parks continued to champion civil rights and amplified the vulnerable voices when she moved to Detroit. From 1965 to 1988, she worked as an administrative aide in the Detroit office of my late colleague and friend, Congressman John Conyers. When Rosa Parks finally rested from her labors, she became the first woman in our nation's history to lie in honor at the U.S. Capitol. Thanks to Rosa Parks' legacy, women like my dear friend Congresswoman Joyce Beatty have ascended to leadership roles within the United States House of Representatives. As we celebrate these historic gains, each of us must make our power at work to protect our democracy and advance justice and equity within it. The power of one starts with each of you. And I often remind audiences, Reconstruction came to an end by one vote. Now is the time for you to make a difference in your communities, at your workplaces, and at the ballot box. Together, let us ensure that the flame ignited by Rosa Parks 60 years ago continues to illuminate the path toward a more just and inclusive America.
In Congress, our focus remains firmly on the well-being of all Americans by always putting people over politics. And we continue to lead the charge on diversity, equity, and inclusion. I joined some of my colleagues in the Congressional Black Caucus to highlight our legislation for Rosa Parks Day to become a federal holiday, which, if passed, would be the first woman and Black woman to be recognized with a national holiday. In the Congress, we've worked together across the aisle to pass the bipartisan infrastructure law, securing $8.2 billion for Ohio, with a notable $28 million upgrade for the Columbus public transit system. Through the Broadband Equity Access and Deployment BEAD program, Ohio is poised to receive nearly $800 million in grant funding, ensuring affordable, reliable, high-speed internet for all. Let us unite in this endeavor, forging a path towards a stronger, more inclusive future for everyone.